Grounded, you are currently lifting a civilian 15 foot in the air upside down over some rocks. Today's beach episode is taking place anachronistically in the timeline of the Guild of Icons because what happened last session was a nuke dropped on the city, and it's very unlikely that immediately Eao Dunwich and Grounded decided to go to the beach.
I'm avoiding the press.
You do find yourselves at the nearby Karaki Supermare, which is about 5 miles to the east on the coastline. It's mostly mud and rocks and stones. There's not much sand. It's not that kind of beach. And the sun is shining, the waves are lapping at the beach. There are kids playing, there's a Ferris wheel spinning around. There's a nice little boulevard upon which there are some little 2p machine games and crab claw games, that sort of thing. There's people selling foods. Everyone's having a nice time trying to forget the impending war. The sun is shining and the seagulls they're flying around being a bit of a pain. And you hear someone nearby shout, "Step right up, who would like to play a game? Step right up, guess what is under the shell? Step right up." And then...
I'm gonna step up.
Okay.
Give me your best shot.
Okay, well, the rules are quite simple. We have these 3 coconuts, and he lifts up 3 halves of the coconuts, and there's a shell on the bleached wood. And he says, well, simply, I will put the coconuts over the shell, spin them around, and you've got to find which one the shell is under.
Okay, then. Give me your best shot.
All right. That'll be 1 gold piece, please.
Okay, yeah. I could afford that. I could definitely afford that.
He takes a gold piece, and he puts it into a pocket and says, okay, here we go. Puts the cups down over the shell, which is in the center one initially, and starts spinning them around. Now, roll me a perception check to determine whether you can keep track as it's going around.
Can I see if he's doing any passes between the coconut, moving which one it's under?
I think that's fine. Yeah, I think you can do that. Well, initially, actually, give me an insight check to determine whether you feel he's the kind of person that would do this, or whether he is true to his religious nature. On the level entirely, because you know that the Aaracokra are big into the gods of chance, and therefore usually don't fix their games. Usually, but there are rotten apples everywhere.
Oh yeah. That is a 16 on insight.
A 16. Okay. He does seem shifty. Okay, so it will be a perception check, please, then, to determine if he's doing any hand tricks.
Then I have just bumped that up from a 17 to a 19.
Very good.
Also,
let me just
wait. I'm sorry. That
Sorry.
is a 21. I do not have expertise in sleight of hand.
Oh well, excellent. I would have thought you did.
My expertise is in performance and arcana.
They got a 19, but you've beaten it. So you can see that the shell is under the cup on the right hand side, or at the very least, that's where it should be.
Yeah.
And that you haven't determined any tricks other than very fast hands.
In that case, I'm going to choose the cup on the right side.
Lifts up the cup, and there's the shell. And he says, well done! Well done! You have a trained eye! You have a trained eye here! And he reaches into his pocket, and he pulls out 10 gold pieces and says, here you go, your winnings! Well done, well done! We have a winner, ladies and gentlemen, you see? The game is winnable, anyone can do it. What about you? What about you, miss? And points at you, Grounded. How about you? You want to stake your luck?
Okay.
All right, that's 1 gold piece, please.
Yep, I put that on the counter.
Takes that down and he shows you the cups again and says, all right, this time it's on the right-hand side. Now, can you see it? Can you see it as it spins around and his hands sort of turn into a blur? Can you give me a perception check, please?
Just for the fun of it, I rolled an 18 on this one as well.
So you're watching from behind. Okay. Well, he's beaten that.
I'm off to the side.
That is a 9.
Okay, neither of you can see where it's gone this time. He rolled a natural 20. Yeah, so you have no idea.
Fun.
Pick one at random. I've picked one in my head, and if you pick the right one, then I'll still let you have it.
Okay, I'll go for the middle one.
Jesus. All right. He lifts it up, and there's the shell. I shouldn't have done that. I should have just said you can't find it. Wow! This is a giveaway today. This is a giveaway. Everyone, please do come in, play. And have I told you about our Lord and Savior, the Aaracokra?
And Eao.
But he does. He brings out a pouch and he hands you 10 gold pieces as well. He says, "Thank you for playing. Do come back if you ever want to talk about, about how to save
Is that
you."
10 total or 10 plus what I put up?
10 total, so you've made a profit of 9. So on the rest of the boulevard, there are plenty of things going on. There are some, as I said, there's the aforementioned Ferris wheel. There are the 2p machines. Over on the beach, there's a load of people just relaxing, having picnics. I'm assuming you've brought some snacks or something, but there's food sellers as well as food vendors. There are kids running about playing. There's someone heading on over to investigate the rock pools on the far end. They're sort of looking at it very closely. Maybe they're a fossil hunter or something. There's all sorts of things. There's people fishing. There's someone selling ice creams. There's the seagulls again, constantly. People are creating something in the sand, like they're sculpting something at the moment. It's not very well defined at the moment, but they're working at it.
Is there any way I can get some hot water for my tea?
Hot water is going to be difficult on the beach. You can get some water if you can heat it up. And by that I mean non-salted water. Like, you're not going to just get seawater. That'd be very bad for you. But there's plenty of people around who will be able to serve you hot water, but water, but nowhere to heat it up really.
No, I'm sure it'll be fine.
So yeah, what would you like to do? Obviously, Grounded would like to get some water, preferably some hot water. Eao, what are you up to?
I think, at least for right now, Eao's going to try to set up a scam.
You're going to try to set up a scam? Okay, because Rosad isn't here, you've got to hold down the fort when it comes to scamming people.
I'm going to find somewhere to set up. I'm going to bring them to a rigged game of chance.
Okay, well, there's a long boulevard you can set up. You probably don't want to set up too close to the Icosarch, because a second member of the Guild of Icons who is shoot on sight with an entire religion is probably not the best of ideas.
To be fair, I am not going to cheat in this game at all.
Fair enough. You're just going to create the rules in such a way that they are biased towards yourself.
Okay, so I'm going to put 12 gold coins in a row on a table.
Mm-hmm.
And the rules will be simple. They can take anywhere from 1 to 3 of the gold coin, and then I can do the same. Whoever grabs the last gold coin wins.
Okay.
We can play this game
I feel like I'm absolutely going to lose, but okay, sure.
Okay, yeah, those are the coins, and I'll make my brush. Since you're the challenger, you may go first. You may take anywhere from 1 to 3 coins.
Is it may or must?
You must.
I thought so. Okay, I choose 2 coins.
All that matters is who gets the final coin.
Okay, so I've chosen 2 coins.
In which case, I will grab 2 coins. Here we go.
1 coin.
3 coins. Here we go. There are 4 left. I don't see where the fall is.
Yeah. 4 coins. No, 3 coins. There you go.
1 coin, I win.
So it's physically impossible to not end in a way that you can't win, I'm assuming. That's clever. Give yourself inspiration. That's really nice. I like that.
I already have inspiration.
Well, tough. Give yourself inspiration again.
This is my scam that I am going to be running. And that gilded skull we got, that one that's worth 300 gold, if anyone could beat me in this game, that's what I'm putting up.
Okay, there are going to be some people interested, and those people are going to be the kind of people that would know what that gilded skull is all about, which it is a spell component in a necromancy spell.
At the same time, this is a golden covered skull, so...
True. Okay, so you're going to get a lot of people with tattoos, and a lot of people who are really into surfing coming in and looking at that and going, oh, nice.
I do have 2 obsidian gems that I'm going to put into the eyes just to make it look fancier.
Okay.
And this is the grand prize for anyone who could beat me 3 times in a row.
What's your passive perception?
My passive is... I mean, I'm not having this, sitting out where I can't see it. I do want to bring this up.
Oh, no, that's fine. That's fine. I just want to know. Just just for unrelated reasons.
11.
This is fantastic, and I love it. So I'm going to roll a d20 to give me an idea of the number of people that basically are attracted to this, because it's not a packed beach, but there's still plenty around, and I feel like, a fair few people will play. So that was a 15, so you're going to get 15 customers in total. So I'm assuming you're charging what, a gold piece each, or two?
I feel like that's fair. Yeah.
Yeah, these are only civvies. They're not rich. I mean, a gold piece is actually a ton anyway, but if it's any less,
it's what the Aaracokra is charging.
Yeah,
and they're on vacation, so they obviously have money to spend.
So you're gonna get 15 people who play, and they're all gonna lose because it's physically not possible to win. So give yourself 15 gold pieces.
It's good to be me.
It is. Okay. Suddenly, everything goes black around you. You can't see a thing, and it drops, and suddenly the world is back to normal again.
I'm guessing the spell is gone.
Yes. Roll me a perception check, please.
Should I roll as well?
I'm thinking you're currently on the hunt for some tea water, which I will... I'm basically going to run that as you're walking all the way along going, because can anyone warm up some water for me? You're wishing that you had... I believe Glarus's prestidigitation would actually warm some water for you as well, annoyingly. But you'll find someone eventually, but you're going miles along the beach now, just trying to find some... You found plenty of water, just none that's hot yet. I'm sure you'll find some soon, or be able to work out some summer alternative. But I do have something planned for that, don't worry.
That's a 16.
A 16, okay, you can see a figure sprinting down the beach. They are about 100 feet away from you right now.
100 feet?
They are fast.
They are negative 20 feet from me. I'm sprinting after.
Okay, this is going to be very interesting. Okay, so you catch up. Of course, you catch up because your speed's faster. And what would you like to do? Are you going to attack?
I'm going to attempt to trip them.
Okay, I like that. So we'll take that as essentially a shove action. And I think for this, we'll take initiative now.
That is a 12.
A 12. Okay, so they're going to go first. But they see you coming, and they are going to attempt to dodge as you're coming through. So they're going at the same pace. You're still going, faster. You're coming up neck and neck, but they're keeping an eye on you, ready to just go when you make any moves. Okay, roll your... Well, I mean, presuming you still want to do the same actions, roll your actions. If you're doing a shove, it's same as a grapple, basically. They're going acrobatics.
I coincidentally am also going acrobatics.
This backflip war is going on over here. Honestly, bloody
that's
monks.
A 17.
17. All right, that is a 16. You've got them, and presumably you dive at them, like midway through the air, twisting and turning, grab them and shove them to the ground. Okay, they are prone. They're not pinned or anything. You'd have to do a second grapple to pin them as well. But they are down onto the ground. Okay, over to Grounded. Grounded, you don't yet find any hot water. You've got plenty of water, though. If you would like to attempt to make some water hot, you can do that in some way. It's a lovely sunny day.
Beach bonfire.
Okay, in my thieves' tools, do I have I think I have a magnifying glass or something. Could I use that?
You have a mirror.
Oh yeah, do you have a mirror?
You do have a mirror. You could probably use that. Yeah. There's plenty of space. You could probably set a fire with a bit of paper or something if you've got any of that.
Yep, I've got some paper.
Okay, so you can make a fire like that. So you've created a nice little fire, and you're just getting started warming up the water. You're using presumably your alchemy tools to warm it up.
Yeah.
Which, now I think about it, probably had a way of warming liquids anyway, incorporated. But anyway, you've gone with paper because that's just the first thing that came to your head. That's warming up. That's going to be ready to brew some tea in a few minutes. It's slow. It's slowly warming up, but it's warming. Okay, back to the scuffle and the tussle on the beach. It is the thief's turn. They collapse inwards. You immediately lose the grapple on it. Well, it was a shove, actually. It wasn't a grapple, but you immediately lose any hold of them because they have turned into a seagull, and they are flapping their wings, and they are going to go and fly up and out of here as quickly as they can. Now, you will get an attack of opportunity, of course, because you've not used reaction, but yeah, they are flying away from you.
Yeah, I'm going to take that. I'm going to take that and try to swat them downward out of the air. That is a... I always forget that my proficiency went up. Does a 15 hit?
Yeah. Yes, that
But they are birds.
They are birds, yeah.
Have you ever tried to punch a bird?
I plead the fifth. I'm not answering that.
Damage-wise, that is 8.
Immediately, vroom, falls out of the sky and lands as another humanoid shape. It's itself as the thief again, as you've done enough damage essentially to break its wild shape, and it is back landing in a heap on the ground. It is, however, continuing to run, and it is going to go another 30 feet away from you. And it is your go.
Time to bully a nerd. Because let's face it, all mages are nerds. I am obviously going to catch up, and I'm going to be a lot less kind this time around, and very much just go for a straight-up attack.
All right.
Non-lethal, of course, but...
Okay, you're gonna try and non-lethally attack it. With your rapier, I assume? It's a rapier you've got at the moment?
Yeah.
Yeah, run it through non-lethally.
That's actually 2d8 of non-lethal, because that was a nat 20.
Well, all right then.
Yeah, that's 9 damage.
Okay, that is going to bloody it, but it's not enough to stop it. We go back to Bree. Bree, your tea's boiling away now, and it's ready to steep. And yeah, it's nice where you are. It's quite calm. It's quite chill. You can hear the seagulls overhead. They're annoying as per usual. There's a few kids running around. There's one kid running into the water. Not much, going on particularly unusual over here. There's a young man looking at fossils in the rocks in the cliff, making very strange noises, just going like that. Not really saying anything, but just making noises like that. Otherwise, quite a calm day for you. Anyway, back over to the fight. The druid is going to get up and is going to throw the skull up into the air as high as he can get it. And there are 6 seagulls overhead, and they grab it in their talons and they start to fly away. It is now about 40 feet in the air. So it is then going to taunt you. It's just going to stand there and just go as it believes it's won. Over to you.
How many seagulls are carrying this?
Currently 4. There are 6 up there.
Are they having an easy time?
They're doing all right. I get the feeling that you get the feeling that these clearly druids are pretty competent in catching these things and in stealing things. Like, this is probably not something that they do once or twice. This is something they've done a lot.
I'm gonna use my card throw trick.
Okay.
I'm not having it these druids. That is a 4 on the d8. So all the attacks with the cards are 1d4 plus 4.
Okay.
And I'm going to throw one at one of the seagulls.
All right, go for it. Give me an attack roll then for throwing it.
14.
14 will hit, yes. You don't need to roll for damage, let me put it that way. Seagull collapses to the ground and sort of buries into the sand in this huge explosion, because on the way down, it's turned into a full-grown man and gone slam into the dirt. It's fallen about 30 feet, so it's actually going to take 3d6 bludgeoning damage.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
He was holding on to the skull while as the bird form. Did he drag it down with him?
No, he let go in surprise. That is going to be 8 points of bludgeoning damage from falling from the sky. And this one is bloodied as well, which is impressive. Okay, the others have got it, but they are feeling a bit weighed down now. They're still able to maintain their altitude, but they're going to move slower. I'm going to say it's difficult terrain for them now, movement, when they're flying along. They're not going to make anywhere near as much progress. And, importantly, we go over to Grounded. Grounded, your tea is brewed and ready. It is ready to go. It is delicious. It's a lovely, calming day. There's not much of a breeze either, so the sand isn't getting kicked up in your eyes. You can hear some seagulls squawking away over to your left. Weird. Not sure what's going on there. Anyway, back to the birds. They're gonna move as far away as possible. Their movement speed is, I believe, 50 feet in the air. So they're now moving 25 feet because they can't get as far. So you are able to keep under them as they're flying away and continue to attack. And we go over to you.
It is very hard to get away from Eao. I have made this the case on purpose. Okay, that means that's 2 more attacks. 11 and 24.
Okay, the 11 does not hit. Interestingly, it would hit a druid in normal form, but not when turned into a bird, unfortunately. But the 24 definitely hits. Okay, ooh, that's a lot. That's 14 points of falling damage for 3d6. This one's definitely bloodied and goes slam into the dust. A lot of people are looking at you now because you appear to be you appear to be turning birds into people with a card trick, which is unusual, and they're thinking maybe you weren't doing street magic, maybe you were doing real magic with the skull, and it's maybe keep away from the very bizarre sorcerer that's over there doing some really weird card tricks. But the birds are now starting to sink down. So with their movement, when they move 25 feet across, they're going to sink 25 feet as well now. They are, I said they were 50 feet up, I believe. So they'll sink twice, or 40 feet, something like that. They'll sink twice either way. But they're descending pretty rapidly now. There are, let me just add it up, I believe 3 gulls remaining carrying it. So it's pretty heavy for them. I didn't write it down.
You said there were 6 skulls total, 4 were carrying it.
So that means actually 4 are still carrying it, but I will rule that they're starting to descend now on it anyway, because I've already said that. And we go over to Grounded. Grounded, your tea's done. It's just a nice day. Anything you'd like to do?
I just sort of wander over to the guy looking at fossils to see what he's doing.
Okay, well, as you approach, he doesn't particularly notice you at all, and he's still staring at the rocks. He's just going, Coelacanthus? Coelacanthus? Helicocoelacanthus? No. Can't be. Dromedarius? Dromedarius coelacanthus? No. Oh, I'll never know. He's not turned around yet, and he's just looking at it. And we go back to the birds. Birds are moving away, but they are descending now, so they've moved another 25 feet over, and they are now 25 feet off the ground.
I mean, I'm out of cards, but I still got daggers, so...
Absolutely.
You know what? I'm going to use one of my inspirations here, because I don't want that 3. That's much better. That's a 17.
Yeah, that hits. Again, you don't need to roll damage, actually, now I think about it. Well, with a dagger, what's your dexterity bonus?
It does 2 less damage than the cards we're doing.
No, that's still enough. But this time only falling 25 feet, which, so that's going to be 3 damage. So this one's not bloodied this time, but has just gone boom into the dust. And you can hear some running footsteps behind you, but you are faster than them. On the other hand, the birds aren't, so they are going to start catching up to you very, very soon. We go over to Grounded.
Hey, can I roll to take a look at what the archaeologist is looking at and see if I can work out what he's trying to work out?
Sure. I'm going to ask for we're going to take nature or investigation. We'll take nature, I think, on this one. I don't think it's investigation. I think it's nature. You're not trying to piece together clues. You're sort of trying to recognize what creatures these fossils belong to, essentially.
Luckily, I'm proficient in nature. That is a 20.
That's a 20. Okay, so you are able to see that these fossils belong to a long extinct species that used to live underwater. It was a giant crab, and what you're looking at is actually a peculiar cross-section of the claw that has a spiral inside it, which makes it look a little bit like, I forget the names of them, but you know those spiral fossils. It looks a bit like one of those, but it's actually a spiral structural shape inside the claw itself to give it extra strength. And that's what you're looking at. You're sort of looking at a cut sort of midway through the claws. We'll go back to the bird. The birds are gliding gracefully into the ground, where they are turning back into druids. And one of them is holding the skull and is going as fast as they can. The other 2 turn around and stop in front of you. The one who is running away, though, is going to cast a spell on himself. He throws a pinch of dirt over his shoulder, and his speed is increased to 10 feet. Long strider. The other 2 are standing together, and they've got their arms crossed like this, and they're waiting for you to approach. What would you like to do?
I'm going to start by sprinting directly at them, and then juke around them.
Okay, as you approach, they've clearly been concentrating on something. You can see it in their eyes, and they release their arms like this, and they both cast Thunder Wave simultaneously on you. Yeah, it's gonna hurt. There's 2 15-foot cubes of rolling, thunderous force, sonic force, extend out and strike at you. Okay, so what I'm going to need from you is 2 Constitution saving throws.
Hey, I'm somewhat good at Constitution.
Well, that's good.
14 and 15.
Oh, you passed both of them. Very good. So you see the wall of force coming at you, and you're able to plant your feet and just like as it rolls over you. Okay, so you take 9 points of thunder damage as the 2 waves go over you.
Really? That much from 2 thunder waves? Rosette would be disappointed. I'm in hot pursuit.
I'm gonna say you are probably about 20 feet behind them after you. Are you dashing, or are you just having a measured run?
At this point, bonus action dash.
Bonus action dash. Okay, so you are going to be up there level with them, and you still have your action.
At this point, I am very much getting frustrated. I'm going to make an attack roll, and I'm specifically aiming for their legs.
Specifically aiming for the legs. Okay, with the rapier, just go straight through the ligaments. All right, roll me an attack. Now, this druid is in standard druid form, so their armor's not great.
12.
12 is enough to hit. Yeah, they are atrocious. They really are.
Okay, yeah, so that is a 9 on damage.
9 on damage. Okay, this one is now bloodied as well. It's going to do some stuff next turn. Okay, over to Grounded. Grounded, you've gained some information. You've gained some insight about the fossils. What would you like to do with that information?
Okay, so standing behind the guy, I say, oh, hey, that's a nice crab claw you got there.
He goes, what? Oh. Did anyone tell you not to just sneak up on a man? Yeah, well, crab claw? No. This is Coelacanthus. Coelacanthus helicobor. Oh, well, no, it's not. But it's not a crab claw. Crabs are tiny. No. Look over there. You'll find them in the pools. No, this is huge. No such thing. Nonsense.
Well, certain days gone by, they used to be much larger.
What nonsense are you talking about? You're not an expert, are you? Not like I'm from the Royal Society of Garakian archaeologists.
I'm from the Non-Royal Society of Garakian Adventurers.
Well, I've not heard of that. So what if it... Say it is a giant crab. How on earth did it get here? Giant crabs are ocean floor dwelling creatures. This is not the ocean floor. It's nowhere near it. It never has been. Explain yourself.
I mean, the ocean is right over there. Maybe it moved.
It went. Like, no, nonsense. Leave me alone. You're wasting my time. And he goes back and he starts staring at the rocks, trying to ignore you. And we will go back to the birds. Well, they're not birds anymore. In fact, it's 1 druid and 2 behind who are running towards you now. They're far enough away. They're not going to be able to do anything this turn. They're going to have to dash to get to you. The other one, though, is going to cast Entangle on you. So I'm going to need a strength save, please, as seaweed writhes up from the ground and grabs your legs.
Strength, this is not what I'm good at. That is a nat 1, which I'm going to use that second inspiration you gave me to change up into a 16.
A 16? Well, you're fine. Otherwise, you would have been restrained, which would have meant they'd gotten away with the skull. That's very good. Okay. Anything else on a success? No, you're fine. The area you're in is difficult terrain, though.
I should have no penalties thanks to my mobile fee.
Good point. With that spell mercilessly failing, they are then going to grab a piece of mistletoe and crush it into a bit of driftwood that's on the ground. And it sort of thrums with a magical energy to it. And they have cast Shillelagh. They can't do anything with it this turn, of course. But over to you. And how are you going to respond?
I'm going to do the nice and civil thing that people do in disagreement. I'm going to stab him. Non-lethally, of course.
All right, non-lethal stabbing. Okay.
I'm assuming 17 hits.
17 definitely hits, yes.
I mean, I suppose that works. That's 10. That's max damage for me.
That is going to knock him out. Okay. Collapses to the floor, but the other druids are still running at you. They're not very far away. They are within, let's say, spellcasting range, certainly, on a number of their spells. But the druid has collapsed to the ground. The skull is there. What are you planning on doing next?
I mean, yeah, I'm going to pick that up. Yeah, so that's bonus action dash, 80 feet of movement. I'm out.
Okay. We go over to Grounded. Grounded, you've just been horribly insulted.
Can I make another perception check to see if there's anything else around on the rock? Wow, that's free anyway, so...
Nope, wall's clean. Either that or it's crabs all the way down. Carcinization finally comes to the cliff tops. Okay, we will go back to the birds. The other two are chasing to catch up. They are going to move 30 feet over towards you, and I'm going to see what their longest range spells are. They are going to run as close as they can to you, basically, and they're both going to cast Entangle on you. So that's going to be 2 strength saving throws, please.
Well, there's an 18.
Okay.
And then there's a 0.
Okay, the 0's not going to go well. Seaweed comes up, grasps around your feet, crawls up your leg, and holds you into place. You are restrained until, well, actually, it's for a minute. However, you can use your action to make a strength check to try and break free. But we go to you. So up to you. You can use your action to break free if you want, or you can make an attack.
I'm entangled. I see them coming. I pull out my other hat, my hat of holding. I put the skull in there.
Okay.
I'm going to attempt to make the hat vanish using a sleight of hand illusion.
Sure.
And
just
put it in my backpack.
Roll me sleight of hand, please. I'll roll their perception, which is probably not going to be great considering the distance.
Oh, 19s. I love you. 24.
24. Okay. So the first one got a 16. Second one got an 11. Yep. They haven't seen it.
I do all fancy like it just vanishes. I go.
Well, they're going to suspect magic. Okay, very nice. And so we will go over to Grounded.
Okay, I'm going to cast Detect Thoughts to see if I can get any surface thoughts off him.
Okay, sure. So you're going to listen into the surface thoughts of a man who's just looking at some things. Surface thoughts are bustly and very fragmented. You hear a lot of the equivalent of Latin, the world equivalent of Latin here. You hear a lot of ancient Karakian, and a lot of words that don't really make a ton of sense. A lot of very, very specific natural philosophy words, talking about parts of crabs I don't know the name for, you don't know the name for, none of us do, he does. And a lot of that is just baffling, but you also get this vague strain of annoyance at you still being there. He knows you're still there, and he's just kind of wishing you'd leave.
I'm going to pick him up and carry him up the rock.
Okay.
That is what I do.
That is not doing this to people.
That will be a grapple then. So please roll me, I presume, athletics, and that's going to be contested by his athletics.
My acrobatics is 1 point higher.
Oh, well, then it'll be your acrobatics, of course. You backflip into this wrestle. You go up all the way to the top of the cliff, and then you jump off 100 feet through an announcer's table.
Grounded's going to get herself banned from the beach as well as the summer district. It just keeps happening.
Possibly.
Okay, that is a 14.
14 does beat it. So you have picked him up, and you're walking up the rock, I presume. You're going to get 15 feet because he's heavy enough for this. It's a grapple move, so that's difficult terrain essentially. So you're going to get 15 feet up.
Okay, so I'm just going to carefully hang him by his ankles and point to it and say, look, from this angle you can clearly see it's part of a crab's claw.
So the surface thoughts you're picking up are panic, mostly panic, and one, this is it, this is finally how I die, isn't it? Mainly panic. He's going to try and break your ability to detect his thoughts, which apparently he can do. So roll me an intelligence check, please.
Oh no.
Because he is aware that you're doing this.
And that's 15.
Yep, that beats it.
Could there be anything more painful than losing an intelligence check to Grounded?
Losing an intelligence check to Rosette.
Yeah, that's true. Back to the birds. Well, they're running in. They are now dashing in, and they are level with you now. They're next to you as they've managed to catch up at this point. But they've used the dash, so they're not able to attack. Over to you, Eao. They are within 5 feet.
At this point, Eao is still kind of doing the like it's done. And she goes, this was a good try, but your execution was very poor. I bow down. Eao Dunwich. And as I bow down, I pull out one of the bottles of brandy I have. Why don't we talk over a drink? Your whole shtick is nice, but it could use some work.
It's funny that you said stick, but we'll get to that. Over to Grounded. Grounded, you are currently lifting a civilian 15 foot in the air upside down over some rocks.
Come on, don't you think I'm right?
I think you're crazy. Put me down, and gently.
Okay, fine. I jump off and, I just sort of jump straight off and try to land safely with both of us.
Okay, how tall are you on your character sheet?
5 feet 7 inches, I think.
Okay, you're carrying a 6-foot person by the ankles and trying to jump off safely without hitting him on the head. That's not happening. That's going to be 1d6 bludgeoning damage. Unless you're not bending your knees at all when you land, in which case you're going to be taking some bludgeoning damage. He's just taking a bit of a hit to the head, and he's feeling a bit woozy. He's like, what did I ever do? I just wanted the crabs.
Wait, so you admit they're crabs?
Yes, just let me go. Just let me go. Okay, back to the birds. And they are grabbing up some sticks, and they're both casting shillelagh, and they are going to strike at you.
At this point, it's just attempted murder.
Oh yeah, what started as thievery is now going to be attempted murder, absolutely. They are going to attack with advantage. So first one...
Which two are these?
They were the two that cast Thunderwave on you, and they've caught up. 21 to hit, so that one's going to hit. And that is a 16 to hit. Does the 16 hit?
Yeah.
Okay, so both shillelaghs strike home as you are entangled and therefore can't move very well. And that is going to be 10 points of bludgeoning damage. Magical if that's necessary.
I mean, I feel like this is completely unwarranted on their part, honestly. But I'm going to dazzle one of them.
Okay, you're going to dazzle. That's fine. Well, the
I'm
constitution's
throwing
not great.
sand in their eyes.
Pocket sand. Well, literal sand, because it's everywhere. Coarse and rough. Is it from both of them, or is it just one of them?
It's my reaction, so only one of them.
Only one of them. Okay, that's a 16 it got.
Yeah, that passes. Okay. Yeah, no, it's just, he passes, nothing happens.
Okay, unfortunate. But it's now your go, so you can do whatever you'd like as well.
In that case, I'm going to try to break out.
All right. Roll me a strength check, please.
Yeah, that is a 15.
That's enough. You're broken free. You are free to move if you want, but do bear in mind you are within 5 feet of both of them.
I'm just going to valiant escape this one.
Fair enough.
I need to get out of here.
Yeah.
I cannot. If they're actually fighting back now, I can't actually take them all on. I extend a magician's die, which is a 6. I add that to all dexterity acrobatics checks I have to make within the next minute. During this time, I'm unaffected by difficult terrain. Doesn't matter, I have mobile. And I can disengage as a free action on the turn I use this. Yep. So, disengage 80 feet.
80 feet. You're pretty fucking far away. I don't think they're going to be able to catch up with you. They can't catch up to you with Longstrider, so I'm going to consider that you are able to run far enough away that they are not going to be able to catch up with you. You'll probably be running for a minute or so before they give up, because they are going to keep trying. And in fact, roll me a Constitution check, please. A saving throw, actually. Constitution saving throw. Neat. They failed. 2 and a 5. Terrible. 12, that's enough. You're fine. Basically, extended running causes you to take on points of exhaustion if you're running for a long time. But you're fine, and they've taken a point of exhaustion, so I'm going to say that they are now out of the race, and you're free. Because they can't keep up, because they are huffing. They are not long distance runners. You've done a lot of running as part of your job. You know, when things go wrong as a thief, you end up doing a lot of running. So you're pretty good at that, actually. So yeah, I think we're going to end the combat there, and we are going to go over to the what is not really a combat and more a mugging that's happening with Grounded.
Okay, so I actually feel a bit bad about bumping his head on the way down, so I take out my healer's kit and patch him up a bit.
So you're letting go of him to take out your healer's kit, presumably. He is immediately getting up and running because you are a crazy person and you've just attacked him in his eyes. So he is running up the beach shouting, "Madwoman! Madwoman! She attacked me! Where are the guards?" I don't know why he sounds like Mrs. Bouquet, but this is just what my brain has just gone and done. "Madwoman, where are the guards? Where are the guards? Fetch the guards! Are there no guards here?" And someone else shouts, "It's beach, mate. You can get the lifeguard if you need it. Jesus, I'm having a picnic over here. Fuck's sake." Someone throws a stone at him.
If there were any guards, they would be dealing with the bunch of seagulls who just turned into almost corpses.
Yeah, they probably would be dealing with the seagull menace. So, yeah, I'm going to say that the two of you are now free to do whatever you'd like. You know, you can meet up, you can go your separate ways. Well, not like permanently. I mean, you can if you want. It'd be a very strange game from now on, but just hand in your resignation.
Yeah, the Guild of Icons splits up in a non-canon beach episode.